Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. I'm First Warren 5 Meteorologist Warren Sears. Hope you had a fantastic day. Honestly, this afternoon and evening, a little bit more pleasant than the days that we've had here over the last 8. We've hit 90 degrees in the last 8 days, but today we broke that. So 87 was the afternoon high at the airport. Again, definitely felt at least a little bit more tolerable, and this evening's been beautiful. Tomorrow we do have the chance for some thunderstorms. A couple different batches will be possible during the day. I'm not saying completely cancel any outdoor plans that you have, but just be extra tuned in to radar and the forecast, because we do have the potential also for a few stronger to severe thunderstorms, and it will be a pretty warm day as well. Then we have a front that comes in into your Monday, and that will switch up the weather pattern a little bit. Not a super significant front, but at least it'll bring us some slightly cooler air and also some lower humidity, which will be nice as well. So let's talk through your forecasts. Today, the Storm Prediction Center upgraded to a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe thunderstorms on Sunday. That includes a good chunk of the KCTV coverage area. Those of you farther to the south, not as confident for stronger thunderstorms into your Sunday. So level 2 out of 5 risk, that does include everyone near Interstate 70, Kansas City Metro, and everyone to the north as well. So there's been a little bit of, and I'll show you some of our latest data that's coming in on timing and quite a few differences from even when I was on air from 6 to 7. So I'll just show you a couple different scenarios. The confidence for timing is not overly high tomorrow. I have higher confidence that we'll get rain and thunderstorms, but the timing has just really been hard to pinpoint on this one. So for a good chunk of the day, I just want you to be prepared to have thunderstorms. Best case scenario, you don't have any, when you're wanting to be outside or whatever it may be. So let's talk through this. The risks on Sunday, with the ingredients that we have in place and a look at the atmosphere as a whole, it looks like the biggest threat would be straight line winds, and then there is a smaller hail threat. Sometimes when you get into the heart of the summer, the atmosphere is just pretty warm, even thousands of feet up, and so hail is not as big of a concern, but there still could be some. But again, wind gusts being my biggest concern tomorrow with any of the severe cells. The tornado threat at this point is pretty low, but something that, of course, we will monitor. At this time, there is nothing on radar, and it's going to take a little while into the morning, I think, to get our first chance for at least some rain. So let me show you the latest data that came in, and then I'll compare it to what it was looking like just a few hours ago, because I just don't think the computers have a great handle on it. Again, the coverage and spitting storms out looks good, but the timing just really isn't overly trustworthy at this moment. So into your overnight, we're likely going to see a couple of showers and thunderstorms bubble up. This would be early morning. There could be a few storms within this. So if you have any, real early Sunday plans, be mindful that there could be some showers and thunderstorms around early. How long that lingers is a big factor to what can happen later in the day. It's real hard to get multiple complexes of thunderstorms, just a couple hours apart, but that is what the latest computer guidance is trying to spit out after 10, 11, noon. After about noon into the early afternoon, it wants to spit out another complex of some stronger cells into the heart of the afternoon. Then it doesn't have anything later forming. The earlier stuff has a complex dropping in from Iowa and Nebraska later Sunday evening, and our newest information isn't spitting that out as much. So let me switch and just show you what I had, the information I had a couple hours ago, and just to kind of compare and just show you how inconsistent and tough this event's going to be to nail down. So this is what the earlier data was suggesting. It was a little bit less significant in the morning, just real spotty. And then through the afternoon, the complex was more to the north. And then watch in the evening, there were some cells that pop up and a bigger complex late. That would bring a lot more rain, and it'd be more widespread, and it would be late Sunday evening and into early Monday morning. So this is one of those events that I'm definitely okay with saying we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. It's one of those setups The atmosphere has a lot of juice, basically. There's, warm temps, high humidity, a couple different boundaries that come through, and it doesn't take much this time of the year to stir up thunderstorms. So I'll show you one more time through what our latest data is spitting out here. Let me get the latest run. So again, some morning rain and thunderstorms, then a little lull, and then a early to mid-afternoon batch that would be the main event with that newer data, and nothing late in the evening. So I think that the severe potential regardless is more in the afternoon when we get the better ingredients in place, with any storm on the stronger side being able to produce 60 plus mile per hour wind gusts. So just in the afternoon and evening, there could be a couple different batches that come through. I know it's Sunday and I know you have a lot of outdoor plans. So again, prepare to have rain and thunderstorms, but worst case or best case scenario, I should say, you get to enjoy, time outside and everything's dry. If that newer guidance is right and we have thunderstorms from, noon to 4 p.m., that would completely squash the 90-degree forecast that I have. So that would be a better case scenario for beating the heat. If you aren't a fan of 90 degrees, you would want that afternoon round to come through. But if the older guidance is more accurate, then it would probably get to 90, and then we would have that evening batch that comes in. So a couple of scenarios. Again, we're just going to have to play this one out. It's probably not fully what you want to hear, but that is the reality of this type of an event. So wherever some of the heavier thunderstorms do set up, we could pick up over an inch of rain, but I would say a half inch to an inch, probably a little bit more likely wherever we do get those thunderstorms. They are pretty spotty, so some of us might not get a whole lot, but then other communities might get, like I said, up to an inch plus of rain. So that's tomorrow. I would say, I know this hourly forecast looks a little chaotic here with just off and on changes kind of throughout the day. But I would say the 90-degree forecast in the afternoon is only achieved if the early afternoon is dry. So we'll see how that goes. But 90 at this point is your forecast high. Then after that, we have a nice small slide in temperatures from 90 to 86. But I will say on Monday and Tuesday, our humidity looks a lot lower, which will be a nice treat, and even probably for Wednesday as well. But that humidity does return Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the 4th of July holiday weekend, and it looks hot again, lower 90s. So not talking record heat here, but definitely pretty warm conditions and just above our normal for this time of the year. And so that is a look at your next 7 days and the variation that we have in here. I do want to try to find our humidity tracker here real quick and show you a nice dip in those dew point temperatures over the next few days. But tomorrow is going to be very muggy and hot as well. And I'm not finding it. Where is it? But we do have a reduction, at least for a few days, which will be really nice. All right, here we go. So you can see here, Monday starts the dip, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, definitely more comfortable. It'll still be a touch humid, but definitely a lot more comfortable than we've seen here recently. So that is the newest information that I have for you, and a walk through your Sunday. Again, prepare to have thunderstorms around. Please check your radar on your apps. First Warn 5 weather app is awesome to have, and I'm not just saying that because it is our app. It is our latest up-to-date forecast. We put them in manually as the meteorologist on staff, and also there's a really nice feature in there. It lets you know maybe if you are out and about and not paying attention to your phone. It lets you know if there's lightning within 15 miles of you. It lets you know if there's heavy rain. It'll let you know if there's any severe thunderstorm warnings issued for your area. It's a really nice resource to have. Again, the First Warn 5 weather app, both Apple and Android stores there. All right, everyone, that is the latest that I have for you. We have a show here in about 45 minutes. I will leave you with a beautiful look over the plaza as the sun has set, and it is a great night to be out and about. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have a good Sunday as well. And again, we'll see you at 10.